Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, by referring to our latest video, which was on understanding the concept of service account, in this video, I'll tell you how to create a service account and how to assign various permissions to that service account. And basically, in the subsequent video, we will also see that how to use these service accounts that we have already created to assign permissions or to the applications like a Python script or Java applications, basically on these. Okay, so without further delay, let's try to see how to create a service account. So if you go to these options, click on this I am an admin, and here you can see an option called as service accounts. So click on service accounts, and currently, as you can see here on the screen, that there are no service accounts that are already created for this particular project. So click on create service account, and here you can give whatever name that you want to give as that of you while creating a Google account. The way you give some kind of user ID to your email, right? Like for example, swatek@gmail.com or swatekorg@gmail.com, whatsoever it may be. So accordingly, you can give name to your service account, and let's say we give it as GCP dev. Okay, so let's say I give GCP dev as a name to my service account, and similarly it would be the account ID for this. And as you can see here, that what Google does is it creates a automatic email ID, kind of a it creates an email address where the user ID of this service account is GCP dev, whatever you have given, and then it attaches this GCP-dev 409815, which is the ID of my project. So here, as you can see, I am using this GCP-dev as a project, right? And if you see the project ID which is associated to this project is GCP-dev- there is some number 409815. So this is my project ID, and this is a unique project ID. So basically this is how Google understands that under which project these resources are being getting created, so that it somehow reflects onto your billing cycle and cost of whatever resources you are using, right? So basically what it does is, while creating the email ID for your service account, what it does is it gives you the service account ID that you have given, and then as a domain name it gives the project ID dot iam.gserviceaccount.com. So this is the fully qualified email ID for your service account. Now if you just compare this particular thing, right, the email address that is been given by after creating the service account versus normally the way you create your accounts, right? Like for example, you create your Gmail account, and then using that you create these GCP accounts, various resources within the GCP account. So ultimately how Google is trying to treat the service account is on the same lines. Like Google will use this particular service account as a identity, as a user, basically as a user which wants to communicate or which wants to use the GCP resources for various kind of activity, so that tomorrow whenever we wanted to use various applications, a programming application, enterprise level applications, to uh, to deal with various GCP resources, the communication between your applications and various GCP resources can be handled with a mediator called as service account, right? So after this, after creating this service account, we will see that how to tag your application or how to map your applications using service account to access various GCP resources. But for that, actually creating a service account is a very much necessary and mandatory step. Okay, so this is how you give some name to your service account. It creates the email ID. here you can just give some kind of description that what is the intention of creating this service account. Let's say if you want to use this service account to do the data transfer between GCS to BQ, then basically you can write, but this is optional parameter and I'm skipping it for now. I'll just click on create and continue. The next option, right, like whenever we are creating a service account, that means we wanted to scope it out to do certain activities. We don't want to make it as a owner and can do entire things like owner of a GCP account or a organization or a project in this case, but we just want this particular service account to be very limited to whatever activities that is scoped out or chalked out for this particular service account, right? So every time we deal anything of IAM or service account, we should always keep in mind the principle of least privileges. That's a very very important, and each cloud provider recommends to keep this particular thing in mind, that you just give those many permissions to the service accounts or user accounts, physical accounts, which are actually needed, and don't give just like a bundle of various roles, so that it can be used for something for which they are not authorized to do, and something bad should not happen to the resources. They may get crashed or whatnot. Okay, so let's see if we can assign some kind of roles. Let's say I wanted to make it as cloud storage. Let's see uh, if there is something for cloud storage. There has to be something. Or let's make it simple, like let's say we wanted to make it as, okay, let's say cloud SQL, right? So for cloud SQL we just wanted to have it as the role as cloud SQL admin, because we are creating it for cloud SQL, for example. So we can apply these rules, click on continue. So depends, like you can take this particular call that what is the purpose of the service account creation, and accordingly you can uh, give the rules, and then just click on done. So what this will do is it will create the service account. As you can see, this is the email address which we have earlier seen. The status of this particular service account is enabled, and currently there are no keys with this service account. So if you click this and if you go and see the permissions, so here you can see which all permissions are there, uh, metrics and logs, basically all the detailed things about this particular service account that are being mentioned here. Okay, so I hope this helps you to understand how to create a service account and how to assign permissions to this particular service account. Okay, so if you see this again, if you just click on this IAM and see this is a service account that has been created. And if you see in the role section, the role that we have given to this service account, which is cloud SQL admin. So this cloud SQL admin is the role, and this is how you can see it. If you want to add some more, or if you want to add some more rule to this particular service account, then what you can do is just do edit principal, and here you can do add another role, and then here you can select, let's say if we type it as BigQuery, right? And if we wanted to make it as, let's say, BigQuery data editor, right? So we can select it. If you save this, then it will update the policy, and it will the updated role you can see it here, BigQuery data editor. Okay, so this is how we can create the service accounts and basically assign various rules to these particular service accounts. Okay, so I hope you understood this concept now, and you will be able to use it in your actual project. Thank you guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is the biggest motivation that I get while creating such a useful videos uh, on the GCP topic. So do subscribe to my channel, and I'll